Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most intriguing figures. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on a true original, Andy Warhol, the visionary artist, director, and cultural icon who redefined the boundaries of creativity and fame. From his humble beginnings in Pittsburgh to his rise as the king of New York City's avant-garde scene, Warhol's life was a testament to innovation, experimentation, and the enduring power of art. Born on August 6, 1928, in the working-class neighborhood of South Oakland, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Andy Warhol grew up in a family of Slovakian immigrants. His father, Andrzej Warhola, worked as a laborer, while his mother, Julia Zawacki Warhola, took care of their three children, Paul, John, and Andrew, daughter boy. The Warhol family lived in a small two-story house on 73rd Street, surrounded by the industrial landscape of Pittsburgh's steel mills and factories. As a child, Andy was often sickly and spent much time at home, where he developed a passion for drawing and collecting pictures of movie stars. His mother, Julia, encouraged his creative pursuits, recognizing the unique talent that her son possessed. The family's cultural heritage also played a significant role in shaping Andy's early life, with traditional Slovakian customs and Catholicism influencing their daily routines. In 1936, at the age of 8, Andy started attending Holmes Elementary School, where he excelled in art class and developed a close relationship with his teacher, Mrs. Berger. She recognized Andy's exceptional talent and encouraged him to pursue his artistic interests. During this period, Andy also became fascinated with the world of entertainment, often sneaking into local movie theaters to watch films starring his favorite actors, such as Rudolph Valentino and Jean Harlow. As Andy entered his teenage years, he began to explore his creative interests more seriously. He attended Shenley High School, where he excelled in art class and developed a passion for photography. His teacher, Joseph Fitzpatrick, encouraged him to pursue his artistic talents, recognizing the unique perspective and skill that Andy brought to his work. During this period, Andy also started to develop his signature style, experimenting with different techniques and mediums, including drawing, painting, and printmaking. In 1945, at the age of 17, Andy enrolled in the Carnegie Institute of Technology, where he studied pictorial design. It was during this period that he began to develop his skills as a commercial artist, creating illustrations for local magazines and advertisements. He also became fascinated with the world of advertising, recognizing the power of images to shape public opinion and influence consumer culture. The summer of 1949 marked a significant turning point in Andy's life, as he moved to New York City, determined to make a name for himself in the competitive world of commercial art. With a suitcase full of his artwork and a letter of introduction from his professor, Joseph Fitzpatrick, Andy settled into a small apartment on St. Mark's Place in the East Village, surrounded by the city's vibrant artistic community. As we leave Andy Warhol's early life behind, we find him poised on the cusp of a creative explosion that would change the face of modern art forever. With his unique blend of talent, curiosity, and entrepreneurial spirit, Warhol was ready to take on the world, one silkscreen print at a time. In the early 1950s, Warhol began to explore the world of fine art, experimenting with different techniques and mediums. He became fascinated with the work of abstract expressionists like Jackson Pollock and Willem de Kooning, but he also drew inspiration from popular culture, including advertising, comic books, and Hollywood movies. This eclectic mix of influences would eventually give birth to Warhol's signature style, a fusion of high art and low culture that would revolutionize the way people thought about creativity. One of Warhol's earliest successes as a fine artist came with his series of Campbell's Soup Cans paintings, which debuted in 1962 at the Ferris Gallery in Los Angeles, Dorchtal. These iconic works, featuring bold, graphic images of soup cans and other consumer products, were both a commentary on the banality of everyday life and a celebration of the beauty found in mundane objects. The series was an instant hit, and it cemented Warhol's reputation as a leading figure in the pop art movement. As Warhol's fame grew, so did his fascination with film. In 1963, he began producing experimental movies like Sleep and Empire, which pushed the boundaries of cinematic storytelling and challenged traditional notions of what constituted art. These films, often featuring friends and acquaintances from Warhol's factory studio, were a key part of his creative output during this period. Warhol's factory, a sprawling loft space on East 47th Street, was the epicenter of his artistic universe. It was here that he gathered a diverse group of collaborators, including artists, musicians, writers, and actors, to work on projects ranging from painting and sculpture to music and film. The factory was a place where creativity knew no bounds, and Warhol's infectious enthusiasm inspired those around him to push the limits of their own imagination. In addition to his work in visual art and film, Warhol also explored the world of music. In 1966, he collaborated with the Velvet Underground, a pioneering rock band that would go on to influence generations of musicians. Warhol designed the cover for their debut album, featuring a now iconic image of a banana, and produced several of their early recordings. Throughout the 1960s, Warhol continued to innovate and experiment, always seeking new ways to express himself and challenge his audience. His work during this period was marked by a sense of curiosity and wonder, as he explored the intersection of art, commerce, and popular culture. In June 1968, Warhol's life took a dramatic turn when he was shot by Valerie Solanas, a radical feminist and actress who had appeared in one of his films. The shooting, which left Warhol with severe injuries, including a punctured lung and damage to his spleen, liver, and stomach, marked a turning point in his life. Although he survived the attack, the experience left him with physical and emotional scars that would affect him for the rest of his life. Despite this traumatic event, Warhol continued to innovate and experiment in the 1970s and 1980s. He returned to painting, producing a series of works known as the skull paintings, which featured silkscreen images of human skulls. These paintings, with their bold colors and graphic imagery, were a commentary on mortality and the transience of life. Warhol also expanded his interests in photography during this period, taking thousands of Polaroid photographs of friends, acquaintances, and celebrities. These photos, often featuring Warhol's signature silkscreen technique, captured the essence of 1970s and 1980s popular culture, from Studio 54 to the emerging punk rock scene. In addition to his work in visual art, Warhol continued to explore the world of music and film. In the 1970s and 1980s, he collaborated with musicians like David Bowie and Lou Reed, producing artwork for their albums and even appearing in several music videos. His films from this period, such as Heat and Bad, showcased his ongoing fascination with the intersection of art, commerce, and popular culture. One of Warhol's most notable projects from this period was his Oxidation series, also known as the Piss paintings. These works, which featured urine-stained canvases, were a commentary on the human body and its functions. The series sparked controversy and debate, with some critics accusing Warhol of being obscene or provocative. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Warhol's factory continued to be a hub of creative activity, attracting artists, musicians, and writers from around the world. Although the factory had moved to a new location on Union Square in the early 1970s, it remained a place where creativity knew no bounds, and Warhol's infectious enthusiasm inspired those around him to push the limits of their own imagination. As Warhol approached the end of his life, he began to reflect on his legacy and the impact of his work on popular culture. In the mid-1980s, he started working on a series of self-portraits, which featured bold, graphic images of his own face. These paintings, with their bright colors and silkscreen technique, were a testament to Warhol's ongoing fascination with the intersection of art, commerce, and celebrity. Andy Warhol passed away on February 22, 1987, at the age of 58, due to complications from a gallbladder surgery. His death marked the end of an era in American art, but his legacy continues to inspire artists, designers, and musicians to this day. As we look back on Warhol's remarkable life and career, it's clear that his impact on popular culture will be felt for generations to come. In conclusion, Andy Warhol's later life was marked by both personal struggles and artistic innovation. Despite the challenges he faced, including his near-fatal shooting in 1968, Warhol continued to push the boundaries of art, music, and film, leaving behind a legacy that remains unparalleled in American culture. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.